It's been one of those days. It's been one of those days where I have my act together. The world may have its act together, but the corporate managerial fuckwits with gray hair and boomer bosses and Gen X bosses, I will admit, they do not have their act together. And I know your Gen Xers and your boomers like, how do I know everything? I have an MBA. But it's been a very painful day for Cappy. I woke up this morning very happy, and I'm not kidding. Go watch the extra video with me and Elkins. I want to murder the whole world. And it's one thing, just one thing. I couldn't upload an image. I have the audio files from my audiobook all ready to go. It's all ready. And it's one of those things where it comes out of left field. Like, is this really what's going to hold up is this what's going to blow up the Space Shuttle Challenger? Is this what's going to murder thousands of people? Apparently it is. Because all I want to do was upload a square image. 2,400 pixels by 2,400 pixels. JPEG or PNG or PDF. It's right there. It's on my computer. I got it. I'm complying. I'm obeying the Karens. It's just an image. And I've done this 12 times before on different publications. Nope. Somebody over at ACX, which is Audible, Amazon's Audible division. They don't even speak English because they're not humans. They're like this subgrade of retrograde piece of crap, genetic inferior pieces of crap. And I try every permutation of image to get up. And you guys all saw Rollo's version of the book, so you know what it looks like over. Hey, it was good for Kindle and Amazon, paperback and Kindle. Oh, no, ACX, they all came from the Hamptons. They're all from Wayzata. They're all from Winnetka. They're just too good. I went from happy this morning to just wanting to murder the entire world because some dipwit, try not to curse, decide to put some unnecessary requirements, digital or not, on the image for the uploading. So again, I'm not kidding when I say this. This isn't a joke. This isn't funny. Haha. I could murder the world right now. I get on the phone. The phone. Not the internet support. The phone with ACX. Right? Which is pretty serious nowadays. Back then, you always call phone, and the poor customer service people had to tolerate all you assholes. So I go on the phone, and I get like a guy in half a second. I'm like, wow, that's pretty quick. And his name is Steve. Steve's this dude out over on the East Coast. And I always had this policy, no matter how angry I am, I never took it out on the customer service people. And you know why? Because they're in the same boat as us. We're all down there in the galleys as slaves, rowing the same freaking boat. They're not your enemy. I know they work for corporate X, corporation Y. I know they're under their employee. Do you think they're any different than you? Do you think they actually were the Karen, the master's degree in social work Karen who got hired in HR to make all the policy changes? That thing's a wonderful, amazing. You think they sat in on that meeting? You say, hey, whoa, wait a minute, Karen. Privileged white bitch from Wayzata. If you decide X, it's going to have this cascading effect on those of us who are rowing in the galleys with the rest of the slaves. And this is why I've always been very, very, very kind to the customer service people. And if there's one thing I can get out to you guys out there, okay? You got to be kind to the customer service people because they didn't make that decision. It's not them. They're not the ones that made the policy. They are not the cause of your ire. It is some baby boomer, gray-haired Gen X fuckwit piece of degenerate shit that absolutely needs to be dragged out in the street and shot multiple times in the legs before you hit a vital organ. So they sit and think, oh, maybe I shouldn't have just been a grand old cunt this entire time. You can't take it on the customer service people. You can't. It's not them. It's not them, guys. It's not them. Not only does it, forget even being efficient or Machiavellian about this, like, oh, the quickest way for me to get to solving my problem is to treat the customer person. Forget you. Let's be selfless. Let's be truly intellectually honest for a second. You know, in my case, it was Steve. Did Steve sign up for this shit? Well, I guess he did when he took the job, but it ain't Steve's fault. It's not Steve's fault that ACX had some Karen Quanta with her head shoved up her ass. Like, oh, yeah, it's not Steve's fault that the IT nerds thought, well, I could program an algorithm that'll reject everything and then we'll never have to deal with anything ever. There won't have to be any no human hand should touch this process. I saved you, and like all we got is like black squares for book covers over at ACX. It's not Steve's fault. And I knew that when I called Steve. It's not Steve. And Steve was the friendliest guy ever. We're shooting shit. Wow, what's the weather like over on the East Coast? You got snow coming in? Sucks to be you. And Steve tried to help me out best he could. Now, here's the problem. You could hear Steve's frustration. Why? Because Steve ain't in command. Steve he didn't organize the system. The system was put on top of him. Now he's got to figure out this system. And that's the position that every customer service rep is in. They're just some poor kid off the well, maybe not poor, but they're just some schmuck off the street. They're just trying to get by. These are the most innocent people who are probably at a disadvantaged position. Not that I'm all touchy-feely socialist. And they're not your enemy. These are not the droids you're looking for. And because I had a good experience with Steve, I want to go give a shout out to all the customer service reps out there. And, you know, maybe you could forward it. Oh, wait, there's cursing. And Karen over at Google HR said we can't have cursing on the show. So we're not going to make this shareable or monetizable. You're going to have to share it. But for our brothers and sisters who have to be employed in the ranks of customer service, if you guys could please treat your customer service people kindly, because they're not the dickheads that shove their dick in your ass. That's their bosses. I've done that before. I've been on the customer service line and blah, blah, blah. And I'll immediately say, this isn't for you, dude. I know it's not you. This is for the fucking pieces of shit carpet manager fucks. This guy is a great guy, but you guys are dirtbag pieces of shit, and I'll rape your wife and kill your kids. I've never said that, but you kind of want to at times. Not that you actually would, but in Minecraft, maybe you would. Send a message. And so because of the positive experience I had with Steve did his best. He did his, here you go, buddy. It's like, thanks. Don't be so stupid and short-sighted to take your anger and frustrations out on Steve. Don't take it on to the customer service reps. They are not your enemy. They are just the unfortunate privates enlisted into an army, drafted, if you would. Like, what am I defending? Communism? Okay. Huh. So there you go. That's it. That's the only reason I had that going on. Paul, I hate to say it, but sometimes you need to ask to talk to their manager. Sometimes you just don't have the authority. Yeah, I understand. True. I'm not going through the details. All I'm saying is let's just go easy on the customer service guys. All right, let's just go easy on customer service. I don't think they hired anyone like, oh, yeah, I want to be a dick to people today. They didn't do that. They didn't hire those people. You got to be creative. You got to go to social media. You got to do Yelp. I did that. I went to social media. Like, bam, immediately. I tagged whatever ACX in it. Oh, my God, we'll get on it right away. But they didn't. It was just marketing. One man's weight, $7. Your new book is brilliant. I love the analogy of competing against the billion man plus Superman in modern dating as a man. Yes. Yeah. No, that's true. You men are not going up against any one individual man. You're going against the best of all men in a Voltron type of formed Superman, because she can date a guy who's a millionaire and get her food paid for. She can date a guy who's poor and a dumb jock, but he's got a 9-inch dick and he's awesome in bed. Then she can date sensitive you, which is most of what you fall into. Sensitive, oh my God, I'll be nice again. Like, oh my God, he's the shoulder to cry. You're her emotional tampon. And with the emotional tampon and the 9-inch dick and that guy's Walt, they form Voltron Man, who could satisfy any woman. And she just boingy, 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 boingy. But she won't give you any pussy. Dick Man she'll give the pussy to. The rich man she'll give the pussy to. But sensitive night, no, you just get the cuddles. All right, that went a little deep. Oh, Laughing Lark, $5. Ryan Stone's book, The Fook Files review, says it's great information, but hard slogging on the reader. Worth it. YouTube was offended by the title. It is a hard slog, but do you want pop book reading culture crap, or do you want a good book? You're gonna have to sit down and read through it. It's a very good book, but it's very deep and philosophical. I had to reread several paragraphs. I'm like, what? I'm like, oh, especially when the point he gets to about what women want, having their cake and eating it too. Oh my gosh, you really have to read through that. All right, that's it. Questions, answers, Asshole Consulting. See you guys later, Toodles.